गाइस आज हम एड्स के बारे में पढ़ने वाले हैं. सो टुडे वी आर गोना स्टडी एड्स. एड्स इज एक्चुअली अ डिजीज विच इज कॉज्ड बाय अ वायरस. सो एड्स इसकी फुल फॉर्म लिख लेते हैं. लेट्स राइट द फुल फॉर्म. Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. ये एक डिजीज़ है जो कि एक वायरस से होती है. तो इसमें हम हर एक वर्ड की टर्मिनोलॉजी जान लेते हैं कि व्हाट डज ईच एंड एवरी वर्ड मीन्स. Acquired basically tells us that it is acquired during the lifetime and it is not a congenital disease. Yes, not a congenital, sorry, not a congenital disease. So you must be wondering what is congenital disease. The diseases which are there at the time of your birth, yes, which are there from the beginning when you are born. Yes, when you are when you are born from the uterus of your mother, they are accompanied by that is known as congenital. But acquired means it is acquired during the lifetime and it's not a congenital disease. So let's understand the second word, that is immunodeficient. Immunodeficient means there's a deficiency of your immunity. Actually, AIDS is a disease which actually weakens your immunity. So that's the meaning, immunodeficient. And syndrome actually means a group of symptoms. Any disease which shows several symptoms that is accompanied by a word syndrome. You must have seen syndrome in many other diseases also. Klinefelter syndrome, Down syndrome. So yes. So let's study a little bit about its history, how it was originated. So let me change the color. History of AIDS. So actually, AIDS is transmitted from a chimpanzee. Yes, this virus which causes AIDS was actually resided in a chimpanzee, and from chimpanzee it entered humans. Yes. So this was first observed in 1921 in an African continent, but it was only diagnosed in 1981 in the US. In US also it was diagnosed, it was found in homosexual population. And this was the first case, but later on it was found that it is not gender bias, it can be caused also to the heterosexual population. Yes, this disease can be also caused to the heterosexual population. Afterwards then it spreaded widely to entire world and it reached India in 1986, and the first case was observed in Chennai, India. So yes, this was a basic rough map of the history of AIDS, and also there is a trivia for you. Till now, till now there have been 25 million deaths across the globe because of AIDS. So now let's talk about the virus which actually causes AIDS. Yes, we need to know about the virus actually. Let me change the color. Virus HIV. Let's talk about HIV. AIDS is caused by a virus which is known as HIV. Its full form is Human Immunodeficiency Virus. Human Immunodeficiency Virus. That is the full form of HIV. Actually, this is a species which belongs to the class of rhinovirus. Sorry, my bad. Retrovirus. Actually, rhino and retrovirus are actually words similar, so actually I get confused. Retrovirus are the virus which contain RNA as well as reverse transcriptase enzyme. Yes, it is important to know that they contain RNA as well as reverse transcriptase. I am writing the short form enzyme, and also it belongs to the genus which is lentivirus. Yes, so now let's study its structure. The virus structure is of utmost importance. Let me first change the color. Yeah, it's well now. So let me make first the structure of HIV. Color change. I'm just making the structure, rough structure. First let me make the structure, then I will explain each and every term. Let me change the color so it would be visible. Yes, let me make it. So this is actually the structure. This is actually a virus. Now let me name it. The outer ones which you see are actually the glycoproteins. They are the glycoproteins, and the glycoproteins which is present here is GP120 and GP41. Actually, the glycoprotein receptor, which is here, is actually made up of two parts: GP 140, 120, my bad, and GP 41. GP 41 is actually a transmembrane protein, glycoprotein, yes, and this is the bilayer, phospholipid bilayer, phospholipid bilayer. Yes, it's actually a phospholipid bilayer membrane of the virus, and the inner part, this one is the capsid, which is made up of capsomers. Capsomers are the basic unit of capsid, which are made up of protein, obviously. So the protein and the the capsid is known as P17, the outer one. There are two capsid, one this and one this purple layer. This is known as P P24. Yes, this is known as P24, and the inside one is known as P17. And there are two strands of, these are the strands which are the single stranded RNA. There are two strands of single stranded RNA, plus there are some enzymes which include proteases, RNA transcriptase, reverse RNA reverse transcriptase, and a last one is the last one is insertase. So let's look the mechanism, how it works, how it causes disease, pathogenicity of AIDS. Let me more specifically HIV, which is caused by HIV. So HIV virus basically attacks the immune system, and in the immune system we already know that there are macrophages, there are several blood cells, and specifically if we talk about the effect, the lymphocytic cells, lymphocytes and macrophages, specifically T helper cells. Yes. So let's study what happens actually. First of all, when the virus enters our body, it attacks the macrophages of our body. So let me make this, let this be a membrane of the macrophage, this be the nucleus with the DNA, original DNA, and this is the membrane. And we know that these macrophages has several receptors. I will write the name of the receptors. This is the CD4. This is the CD4 plus receptor. Also there is a complementary receptor here. So when the virus is there with its own glycoprotein receptors, the G120 attaches here. This is GP120, and the GP41, which actually is a intrinsic transmembrane protein, attaches to the complementary part of the lipid bilayer, GP41, and there takes the lysis of the membrane. It breaks down the entire membrane of the virus broke down, and only the single-stranded RNA plus the enzymes are accompanied. So this is the reverse transcriptase. It's proteases. This is insertase. Also, actually, there are two reverse transcriptase enzymes with each of the RNA molecule of the RNA. So let's see what happens. Let me change the color. First, let me tell you what does transcriptase and reverse transcriptase means. Transcriptase, and the reverse transcriptase. In transcriptase, actually, this is the central dogma was given by Crick. He told that the DNA can be self-replicating as well as it can give rise to the RNA molecules. The DNA, with the help of transcriptase enzyme, with the help of DNA dependent transcriptase enzyme, form RNA molecules, specifically mRNA. Yes, and this process is known as transcription. This is the normal mechanism which actually takes place in each and every human cell, and this mRNA with ribosomes form proteins, and these proteins forms enzymes which are regularly required by the metabolism of the body. But in the RNA which contains the reverse transcriptase enzyme, which is specifically present in the retrovirus class of the virus, does the opposite process. Yes, the RNA is now converted to DNA with the help of reverse transcriptase enzyme, or the RNA dependent polymerase, and the process is known as reverse transcription. Simply, this is a single stranded, this is actually double stranded. So now let's see what happens inside the macrophage cell. This is the cell, this is the nucleus, this is the RNA molecule. There is a reverse transcriptase enzyme, it binds here, and the double stranded DNA is formed of the virus, and it attacks the genome, the original genome of the macrophage. Let me change the color. Now let's focus on nucleus. Let this be the original macrophage DNA part, and this little is the DNA of virus, and this is the DNA original one. And now the entire metabolic activity of this cell is overtaken by the DNA of the virus. Yes, and this inserting of the DNA segment of the virus is done by a enzyme which is also accompanied by the virus itself. Tell me the enzyme which I told you earlier. Yes, it was insertase. Insertase helped to make these changes, and now the simple process that this transcription happens, which produces simple genetic RNA of virus plus some mRNA, which makes the proteins, the enzymes which are required by the virus. Now the host mechanism is taken by the virus and it's producing its own mRNA, its own RNA, genetic RNA. The protein which it requires, proteins, it makes the enzyme which is required, and the RNA. And now the RNA and the proteins accompanied, and there is the phospholipid wall of the macrophage, and they take the phospholipid layer molecules from here only, host only, and they form their independent new virus. And this is the way they replicate in the macrophage. But macrophage do not die ultimately, since they have the power to live for a long time, and they are called as the factory of viruses. So what is called the factory of viruses? It is the macrophages. Now this virus, after multiplying inside the macrophages, enter the TH helper cells. Now the same mechanism happens, but TH helper cells die off as the same process takes place here itself. So the number of TH cells decreases in the plasma of the humans. So after, usually we have 1200 T helper cell per millimeter of the plasma, but when its quantity decreases to 200 millimeter, we say that the person has reached the extreme stage of the HIV and is having AIDS. It is the very dangerous stage, and the person has to ultimately die. So yes, the amount of T helper cell decreases, and the virus factory is the macrophages. So actually, a person who is infected by HIV won't directly develop those actual symptoms. They are not particular symptoms, but yes, the pathogen which actually attacks the body after the immune system is completely dropped or completely lacked or completely destroyed by this HIV. So yes, so you would be thinking, why only T helper cells? T helper cells are actually the core part of our immune system. They actually help to gather macrophages. They invite the B lymphocytes so that they could kill pathogen. But only if T helper cells are itself destroyed by the HIV virus, then who will do all the process? So yes, it's the best way the virus has developed, so it directly attacks only the core member of the immune system of our body. So our immunity drastically falls down and collapses. After immune system collapses, several pathogens can attack. They include viruses, protozoans, fungi, cancers, etc. So yes, it may take few months as well as few years. 5 to 10 years is the maximum case. It is the worst case of AIDS. Yes, the symptoms will be developed of AIDS only after 5 to 10 years after the virus has attacked you. So let's see what are the symptoms here. So I will be writing some typical symptom. Tiredness, fever, diarrhea, which will be accompanied by pathogens which may include virus, which may cause dementia. Yes, you heard it right, dementia, which is a brain disease. The fungi may attack even the weakest of the pathogen may may cause you to fall ill because your immunity is drastically collapsed. Fungi may include pneumocystic pneumocystic carine pneumonia, which is a type of pneumonia which is caused by fungi. Also, TB can be there, tuberculosis, which is caused by bacteria, several dysentery. Also, you may be treated with diagnosed with cancer, which is the sarcoma cancer. It's a type of cancer. So yes, also a protozoic disease which is known as toxoplasma, which is actually spreaded by cats in their fecal disposal. So yes, these are the typical pathogens which may attack. Actually, you are only killed by these opportunistic pathogens which find opportunity after your immune system is completely collapsed. So you are not actually killed by the HIV virus, but you are killed by these opportunistic diseases. So let us study what causes the spread of this. This virus is actually spread by fluids. So yes, the fluids may include the vaginal fluid, the semen, the sperms, the fluids which are there inside of the blood, the limbs. They all include that, but the quantity is drastically low in the saliva of humans. So if there is a stereotype in our mind that we should not live with the HIV positive person, that will cause me, that will also affect me, but you can live with that person, you can also eat with that person, until and unless there is a fluid transmission between the HIV positive and the HIV negative. So what can be the causes of spread? Using pre-used injections. Yes, if you are using HIV positive injection, you may get the virus. Having unsafe sex. Yes, if you are having ketus with multiple parts and without safely, you may have AIDS. Also, from an HIV positive mother to its fetus. Also, the drug addicts who takes the intravenous injection and also use the irresponsibly the injectors, this may also cause the spread of the HIV virus. Also, during the blood transfusion, if the same needle is used and if the person is found to be positive, it may spread the virus from one to the another. So yes, what can be done to stop this spread? This step is always taken by some NGOs. One of the NGOs in India is NACO, which is National AIDS Control Organization. It helps people to fight with AIDS and also spread awareness about that disease. They help people to tell them, to educate them about the safe sex, and also to use safety measures while having the intercourse. They provide with free condoms, they provide with free medicines that would treat them. They also provide with seminars which help to encourage the HIV positive person. Also, the drug addicts should be advised to not take the syringe which is used by the other person. And also, the main organization, the WHO, the World Health Organization, has marked 1st December as the World AIDS Day to spread awareness about this humongous disease. And the sign to spread awareness for this disease is a ribbon. Yes, it's a ribbon like this. So let's talk about the diagnostic methods, how it can be diagnosed in a person. It can be diagnosed by a test which is known as ELISA, which is not confirmatory. Yes, if you have found positive in ELISA, you may go for the confirmatory test. Its full form is known as enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. It's actually an antigen test or the antibody test, and also the final, the PCR test, that is the polymerase chain reaction, or the common way you called is the RT-PCR. Yes, it is the reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction test, which will ultimately tell you if you have the virus or not. And also, I would like to mention here that this can be also caused by HIV positive to fetus through placenta. Yes, this is an important point. So yes, so let me write some medication used in AIDS. This includes the reverse transcriptase inhibitor, so yes, if you will stop the virus from reverse transcriptase, how to spread? Yes, this medication will slow down the process, not actually eliminate the virus. Actually, there is no cure for HIV to get eliminate from your body, but yes, this can slow down the process. Also, there are my spellings are really bad, nucleoside analogs, which are taken as drugs so that they can be replaced by the actual virus RNA and DNA, and they can cause malfunction in their reproduction. This may actually slow down, but if you have HIV, you will actually die earlier. This may elongate the period. Yes, this may elongate the period from the time when you actually had HIV and till the time you have undergone serious problems, which is called as AIDS, the final stage. Yes, also there is a drug which is most popular for this problem, that is the azithromycin. This is a classical drug which is taken from years and is still taken now. So yes, this was all about AIDS and its causative agent, the HIV. Hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching.